Всем любознательным зрителям привет. Продолжаем прохождение. Остановились мы на весьма накаленной ситуации между спецназом и местными работягами. Но...
Stop. Just up ahead. You are prepared. Don't put away your friend. The barrels of your Villiers 9mm.
Yes, I hear commotion.
Good.
Вот, но что-то, как ни странно, все события резко заело, поэтому пришлось...
Welcome to the fucking reckoning. Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. Shut up. You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
Короче, вот этот вот скрипт почему-то не запустился, я не знаю почему.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers... There's something very wrong with... Shh.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your...
И, кстати, как ни странно, да, говорили о двух наемниках, но их было трое. Там вот третий, походу. Этот...
The Kipt is merciful.
Типа, да.
To spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated
Это, блин, она на плезанцию похожа очень сильно.
Just kill everyone, Corty.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle
Peaceful.
Кто это вообще такой?
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's...
Fuck, there's the third one.
The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him for...
If this turns into a firefight,
Ну...
strategy. He's the leader.
the mercenary tribute. My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene. No, we have to step in.
Ой, ну с голой жопой, конечно, в прямом смысле выходить. Ну да.
You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice. Pig fuck! Ah yeah! Welcome to the fucking party.
No one is going to kill anyone.
With a wordless look, the leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, the grip of your sidearm feels comforting and warm in your hand. Yes, yes, just shoot him. I'm barely...
Они, кстати, без шлемов. Единственный чувак с винтовкой в шлеме. Вот. Так что... Они же просто говорили, что типа керамика это охеренная броня, но... Они без шлемов, и у них нет автоматов, только пистолеты.
Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have, then move down from that. Please.
Rude. Rude is the killer.
All of you cunts inside out. Rip you open.
The gunner. The raddest. The killer. What do you think he does?
There, on the rim of Owen Clerven's helmet, about 50 little stick figures. These men served in Seminai, the native islanders.
That's right. Plenty of
T, let's fucking do it.
Easy, easy now.
Yeah? Who did that?
Блин. Ладно, не суть.
How fucking...
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
You think I'm fucking... How about the kid? Tell me.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead called Marshall.
Ой, бля. Попробовать.
Your mind...
Сука.
All he can... He pulls.
Да ладно.
Smoke erupt. The shot rings in your ear.
I'm a...
Fuck this.
There's a coarse shuffle.
Gene! Cancel!
He'll be ripped apart. They all will. the moment. He wants you to open fire on the mercenaries before he does. He's waiting for you and your partner to be the shield. Dangerous. Ask about him first.
Sergeant Major Raoul Cortana, reporting in to burn this.
As he moves, the interlocking click, click, click. The realization comes to you.
Понятно. Блин, а я даже не обратил внимания.
Dead man's name is Elysium Cortana. He's probably foster brother.
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer. All sentenced to death by lead.
He sways from left to right.
He wasn't my fucking brother. We just grew up on the same farm and got beat into place by the same fucking mud hut.
Okay, good.
We researched him. We contacted.
They fucking put Laylee in a leaf.
It's a mindfuck, Corty. He wasn't put.
Open fire. We can't have that. Interfere.
Fuck do you mean?
We've heard testimony. People say he was charismatic, and that.
Yeah, he liked to chat up the native. If Laylee was here, he would spare the lot of you.
Ready to open fire, Major. At your command.
Our colonel did what he had to do.
In your ship pipes, right in the fucker.
He likes to fire mortars at random coordinates.
He was a good commander.
Oh yeah, he would have commanded this fuckhole. Fucking murdered him. Had him stink.
Listen, man.
Told us what? What did you say? Tattoo fuck. You'll die. Baby blue, yeah. It was creepy, but bitches like that shit. Find his killer. Cop his kill.
They...
Sure. Blood's all.
Big talk, but that leaf compactor won't leave.
Ой, бля.
It's a small thing, but it got him off center.
Yes.
Yeah? So what? You should be drunk too. Or, like, drunker. You don't want to die sober, do you?
Nah.
Enough already! What?
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal. You think I care what that company cunt thinks?
The man stares at you. Now is not a good time to strike. He's looking right at your head.
She's fucking gone! Stay cool!
I'll be okay.
She'll be gone soon too. Company bitch is gone. Laylee.
Guys,
Hold your ground! Any more of you run, I'll shoot you.
They're huddled close in a formation. Still, the rest will stay.
Who the fuck?
Glacier, the woman upstairs. Where is she?
she left!
Unarmed, hunched, but keeping it together.
She left! Her room...
We should have arrested her.
You can feel how upset he is with himself.
Hey, Bushman!
She's gone. Forget about it now.
Ой.
Concentrate on this.
Интересно, если... Ну, попробовать можно.
International something.
There will be remedy.
Ладно.
Fucking coming anywhere, sailite.
Ну, давайте. Не получится. Хуй.
A small explosion expels the bullet from the chain. Like
Пиздец.
the kinetic energy of the 9
Go ahead! Give it another try.
Ну, можно еще раз, конечно.
This time feels different. You aim.
42.
Your head goes numb from the explosion, and a plume of smoke. There is a hole in his cheek.
Я бы тоже, блядь, не понимал. Если бы чувак, блядь, промахнулся, потом попал. Блядь. Тем более, когда они в таких обвесах.
Lips, moving, swollen with fear, are trying to say, shoot him, shoot him. But he, to your right, the killer raises his right, an Easter AR-FA-7, built for taking out light armored vehicles. From the corner of your eye, he's trying to find a straight line of sight. It's not easy. He has 0.6 seconds to do so. You stare down the barrel of the gun. God, you're so frail. Too frail to think further. You leap left.
Ну ладно.
Passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. feels like the lightest of tucks. The man tilts his head. Watch out! To your left.
God, please.
He's aiming for the eye slot in 2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but it misses. You hear a scream behind you.
Подождите, 2 выстрела, один из пистолетки Сураги из Деполь. Понял. Нихуя, блять, фартовые.
Blood gushes from the helmet's eye socket. An unbelievable shot from the lieutenant.
Ну да.
Glenn, dying
Блять.
behind you. You see 2 crazed eyes stare at you through all the smoke and the panic. With blood gushing from his face, the man raises his pistol at you. Then the look of vengeance framed in. Here it comes. Death.
Ну, мы не увернемся, скорее всего, конечно. Блин.
You can't. There is no time. Something inside your... The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes down. The Hardy Boys are screaming, fighting.
Stop! The cop! Protect the cop! He's down!
Feels slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened there. Even clutching to your...
Блин, я как будто в меня попали, честно. Так хорошо все написано.
Most of what's down there.
Ну и похер.
Also feel the bone where the bullet went in. Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant
You're bleeding out. Stay with me. You hear me?
But you can't. It's so hard. A slender white shadow towering. Someone scream immediately. He's gonna die. No, you scream. Behind you, from your... There is no room for hesitation. You hear a faint scream. A woman's. Then...
This is death. One more door, baby.
The fight? There is no fight. He's not taking it. His body is not and rotting and being
He can't go. There was a radio in the distance. A radio...
hours turn to days. Soon we will get...
The engine of a...
No, it was him. He is the infernal engine.
Блин, ну,
You see the...
скажу честно, сердце прям зашлось.
It turns double,
Блин.
then triple.
Напряженно, напряженно, напряженно. 100 раз можно было откиснуть. 100 раз буквально, блять.
Sunrise, Parabellum.
Фу. И, кстати, прикол в чем? Мы типа нашли 2 патрона, и если бы у нас не было этих 2 патронов, по идее, мы бы тоже обосрались. Надо еще и боеприпасы было найти. Иначе бы не было... Ну, не было бы шансов.
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadricep.
А, ну в бедро-то ладно.
The outer side, thankfully.
Не, если только в бедро, как
It
бы...
was removed and the bacterial infection treat. We will see.
If it's possible, then by pure willpower alone, you are going to have to become...
No.
A man and a woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving. The man lights a cigarette. Back to that shithole, he says.
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. I'm sure they're worried about you. Good. You'll need to be. I did. No need. Not very. I have a concussion from that woman. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you.
Ух.
Easy now. How are you?
Скорее второе, да.
Your disco days should have been done quite a while back. Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him 2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse. And drink water. Yes. The joke wasn't...
The close proximity of death must have made the lieutenant contemplate his life choices. He's done with the jacket.
It's not ouch time yet. You just go to
Dramamine. Then it's not that bad. Neither so.
Sunrise Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war.
Isn't that written on your...
It served you well. The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely. Yes, we have also completely failed. But that's okay.
Что
What
произошло?
happened? You shot the major. Yes. As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He missed.
Вернулся.
Then I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. Glenn did.
This is not the first person.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They both yes. You were bleeding out. You said something. I don't know what.
Thank you.
I killed her. And that's what happened. This is the one. Everard had their bodies returned to Crenel for a funeral. The company is yet to retaliate. Because we deterred them? Or Joyce did? Maybe the harbor. Maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack. 4. Glenn, Theo, Angus, the fat one. He
Блин, обидно.
took a lot of bullets. And Elizabeth.
Элизабет Бафор, бля.
No, she bled out before Everard's surgeon could help her. Everard sent his personal doctor, but a costly loss for the... She never had a chance. She should not have been there in the first place.
Stop this line of thought now. You're too broken.
All.
Ну это просто пиздец, Ким.
Yes, officer. 6
No.
people are dead. It's not a success. But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornet and we are still... I honestly don't know.
Ну я не
We
знаю.
can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. I don't know what to think. It might not have been a bad idea. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone. And Claudia too. We really should have arrested her. I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else, outside our circle. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect.
Сраный ландыши, Ким, цветы.
What? Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to... Don't be narcissistic. Have the cops in Revachol...
That does make some sense.
We should go upstairs, rethink the ballistics in situ. I agree with this.
See? There's that. You can do ballistic.
It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around. We found one. All completely unusable. We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them.
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins.
I'm listening. I'm ready to hear what you think about solving crimes now. It really is very hard.
Ты еще не готов сдаться?
Are you ready to limp? Good.
A gust of wind blows in from the bay. The duraluminum box around you vibrates imperceptibly. A familiar cold. A red
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through.
Good. It's a an earth-shattering every day thing.
Ну понятно. Ух ты. Брюки. Неплохо. Ух.
These papers bear the stamp of the...
I had Gart open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night.
Ну, не, четвертое.
Back there on the plaza? I think...
Ну, ладно, нормально. Чё? Легко, ну, как сказать, легко, конечно.
The bathroom mirror.
3 человека откинулись, но даже больше. Ну, наемников. Ну как, наемников за людей не считать тоже не очень. Ну, типа из таких, в принципе, не так много откинулось, как могло бы. Тем более, я думаю, если бы была полная броня, эта керамическая, мне кажется, это легче бы было.
Next to the stack of bills. I'm sorry. I fucked everyone over.
A gift. I am not drawing my gun.
Relax. Not everyone.
It's hardly surprising.
You look at her rough, Jack.
Подарок наверху. Какой бы это мог быть подарок?
The medicine cabinet. Pity.
Of course you were. Amphetamine. Does it make you a better detective?
Он придает мне сил ненадолго.
That's what I thought. She certainly had.
Ну, в принципе, так и есть. И часто амфетамин скорее контрпродуктивный препарат. Ух ты. Из номера на крышу.
You see the same two neon-lit shapes. A man and a woman. Only now a red thread.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth. To the root, it suggests the bullet came from the extreme of the island in the bay.
She was there that night. She would have.
She had a long time to think about.
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should I find that hard to believe? Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems. So it is.
For a second, he seems tired.
I just haven't gotten.
He doesn't really believe this will yield anything.
Of course, of course. I mean, how do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone. Ah, yes, of course.
Да, ну, с Лилиен хотя бы разобрались. Так, ну и здесь мы не сможем, да, до сих пор пройти никак.
The same small, heavy door.
Да,
No lock in sight.
никак. Ну, пытаться можно.
The same small,
Вдруг.
heavy door. No lock.
Ну, я думаю, нет. Нет.
You give it another.
I don't see how this is going to give new result. Through the kitchen door, perhaps. Let's explore rather than destroy.
Ну, а как мы ее откроем? Нитка привязана к антенне. Угу. Ну, то есть, получается, надо все-таки туда фигачить. Вот я не понимаю с этой дверью, ну, типа, из кухни, но она же не открывается. 10 раз же говорили про это, что никто никак ее открыть не может. Грубую силу можно еще 2 раза вкачать. И алкашки еще бахнуть, но вряд ли это поможет. Я так думаю. Интересно, этот парень остался тут? О, это стоит. Чилит.
Oh, you're right. It's good to... You're welcome. I thought I give credit where credit is due, and that I wish you a quick recovery. Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. I don't remember everyone who comes here, and many people wear some... Yeah, I was, yeah. That's because I'm a... Yeah, I don't know. Clients were panicking.
He means it. It's not just boasting.
No problem.
Может, я что-то упускаю? Может, где-то должен быть ключ?
You see ahead the cobalt blue, old cobalt. It leads to... You see, the door does not budge.
Ну нет, ну не открывается дверь. Ну что сделать? Не открывается дверь. О. Ясно, так же будет, типа... Ну да. Пока. Как обычно, такой, типа, да, ладно.
Seeing you approach.
Crazy motherfucker.
That was one hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. The fucks did not expect that. But I guess what I'm trying to say here is, thank you for intervening, fellas. That was mighty brave of you. Well, cheers anyway.
Сожалею о ваших потерях.
Old. I think he... But Lizzie and Angus, they were just...
Here it comes. The last one is the honest.
And Glenn. Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I love that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all... Dennis, you saw him. He's a mean little shit and I never trusted him. He'd better run real fast now. Well, yeah.
Memento mori, or remember that you must die, is a slogan various religious orders have thrown.
It means you might die tomorrow.
Absolutely. Today.
Or you might die of a...
Hey. Fuck you.
First.
I'm going to find Dennis. I'm going to find him, and then I'm going to kill him.
We're hunting that rat down. I guess I'll take a closer look at our union. Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows. And maybe wants to have some fun with it. Don't know? Don't care. Nope.
He did. He nods and takes another sip of whiskey.
Judging by the sight of you.
Yeah. Go pay Monica a visit in Janro.
Hell, you both...
Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Alain.
You're welcome, Bina Clark. You're all right. Take care, coppers. You too.
Copo loco. And
Thanks for getting involved, guys.
And if you ever feel like the uniform is...
And Titus Hardy himself would make a good officer. That man was born.
I will, Capo. That's a...
Take it easy on the drink.
Good point, Bino Clark.
Так, ох ты, ёлки-палки.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. This was Cindy the Scar. The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel.
Looks like it, yes. And blood.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable?
Ну, фиг знает, не хочется поджигать. Можно, конечно. Мне кажется, лучше ее сначала найти хотя бы. О, Куна.
Everyone says you started crying in the middle of a firefight and then bled like a pig. People, they say you'd kind of died for a moment. Just don't think because you got half your dick shot off. Kuno doesn't reward weakness. It's business as...
Feels good for some reason.
The fuck about it? Fuck you.
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
They're lost without you, Kuno.
Why don't you fix...
Maybe we should.
You're
Get lost,
Watch out, pig. It's a... Who knows?
I'll die before I...
Ладно. Заруба была то, что надо, конечно. Ничего не скажешь. Поискать Синди, сходить. Синди. Синди немножко другое. Она там вообще есть на балконе? Ее, походу, нету. Ее, похоже, нет. Куда она делась? Непонятно. Вообще ничего не понятно. Ну, можно и поджечь.
The graffito has been painted. This was Cindy. The fuel oil catches
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the flames subside, the fuel burning out.
Так, вот, дедок. Где его напарник карабинер?
Care to play you? Actually, never mind. Wouldn't be.
Yeah, I
the
know.
Rick is gone.
He is trying to retain his job.
Где он?
Hell, most likely. He was. Oh, he would have liked that. His hungry little heart finally gave out.
Wait, did he put...
Guess he was about to head home. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. No, René was the most.
He has doubts, but right now...
I repeat, an abs. The only people who could stand. And she never lost sight of it. We've hated each other. Yes, I loved that angry prick. He did. In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without trial. I took them for myself. Took them to remember. Let me see. This was 60. I'm sorry, officer.
That was nice. A small thing for us, but invaluable to him. Yes.
It is what it is. Part of life. I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. René wasn't really what you'd call a botanist, officer. That's their old name. There were many reasons, but most, I guess, in the end, the Insulindian lily. Yes. What about René? Yes.
He finds...
We all got to go sometime, officer.
We are both very...
It is what it is. Part of... I just don't know anymore. Officer.
Так, ну что, можно по идее звякнуть.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57.
Something is wrong. No reply.
It's been this way for a while now. My guess is, it only happens when someone mentions the rest.
Понял. Это не
More
опасно.
dangerous than stepping between three armed men. I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. The street seems safe enough to. You can try calling again.
Everything sounds okay. No drum in the cabin. You see a set, a metallic drawer, the pull-out toolbox, the white switch. Your fingers waste no time. You feel an uninterrupted connect. After a while, you realize silence. Of course, it's only in your head. Of course, the smell of freshly. I'm good, cherished at the bottom of the sea. So strange. The machine is not on. The handle is pulled back. Somewhere deep inside in the cabin, you see a set of steering. As you tap on the gauge,
No, that's enough fun.
Ладно. Так, ну чё, надо сохраниться, я думаю. Ну, как выяснилось, тут беда какая-то может произойти. Так, на остров, на остров, на остров. Ну, поехали, чё. Может, даже так можно.
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look... Is this from the shooting in town? We heard...
There was an exchange of...
You didn't only get shot.
Well, good for you. So you're a killer. That's good, I guess. I guess. Better than being dead.
Ну, второе, наверное.
I've always taken you for one. Of course. Can I help you with something? That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of I'm sad to hear that.
That's cool. You boasted your bacterial infection.
If you promise to bring it back. And no scraping the hull.
Of course, ma'am.
Aye. See, that makes me not want to lend you my skiff. On a boat, rocking leads to capsizing.
Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
My husband used to drink there.
This must be one of the many
The kids sometimes go there too. I know the twins. God forbid they bring the girl along and stuff.
Can we maybe ask your twins?
Be my guest. They have a strange way of talking. See if you can get... Well, Most of it's sunken.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small...
Ладно. Попробуем потрындеть с ребятнёй.
How cannon that even I can see that. Though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were... I'm not sure those were the loss of the men we...
Да.
The scruffy head.
And that iron. That's, nothing. And we make a fire. Gather the...
Bullet shells. There are a lot of them left.
I don't know what those are. They're nice.
Your nerve endings sting from the mention of...
No. Yes.
Let's go with yes.
Because he asks to be I don't know. Yes.
Did you mean there are...
Yes. No, he doesn't live. No, he lives there. He doesn't live there.
Anything else?
I don't know. We ran. He just got our father. Don't say that. He didn't. I don't know. Doesn't even have anything to do with...
The two things are unconnected. Your question didn't.
There's
Lights, fire guy. We should...
Можешь девчонку опросить ради интереса.
Is that the phasmid? It looks like the phasmid. It's not the phasmid. It's not even organic. It's a fire. Don't be too hard on yourself. You couldn't have known that for sure.
Mister? Oh. Okay.
Не, ладно. Ничего такого. Вроде как. Ну, пойдем, пойдем.
A skiff with a small... Once you get in, that's it. Have you made all the necessary... Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
What? Fine.
Sad FM is a radio station.
Давайте на остров, чё.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Eternally. Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever.
Ну, если там еще кто-то окажется, в кого надо стрелять, ну тут я уж не виноват. Что еще можно сделать? Уже, по-моему, все использовали, что могли. Может, у Кисураги патрончик завалялся. Мы хотя бы до эндгейма дожили. Ну, теоретического. Потому что, я думаю, все могло закончиться на перестрелке, либо там больше народу бы погибло. Мне кажется, вполне игра могла закончиться там на наемниках. Сказали бы, типа, о, все, Типа ГГВП. Ой, молодец. Но самый прикол, что мы до сих пор не добрались в эту подсобку. Что самое тупое. Так, типа, проверку на... Ну, если останутся скиллпоинты, можно, в принципе, если дадут пройти. Хоть посмотрим, что там было. В итоге... И вот здесь интересно, что такое. Возможно, тут какая-то канатная дорога или что, или мост, что можно сюда перебраться по нему заранее и осмотреть его до событий как-нибудь. Но я не знаю, эта техника очень невысокая, нужна еще и красная проверка, чтобы ее не зафейлить. Да, видите, цепь идет. Скорее всего, какой-то мост. Или этот... Как его зовут-то, господи.
Comes to us in the silence. There is very little wind here today.
Let's go.
Ну, подъемник, короче. Ну, по принципу подъемника, может, какие-то эти. Немножко подвинем.
The chain trails off into the ocean.
Ah, yes. So it seems. For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supply?
As a defensive measure, lock it off that.
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachon.
Dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. The flock of quail departs. On the islet, there is like a silent orchestra of great importance to the few who attend. A silent hiss, the faraway roar of the city, a low hum. The air flows out of a pillbox window, a jitter, a sound impatient.
Yes?
Momentarily, the sounds are swept.
I have. Is that why we're stopping?
The lieutenant. ICM. This fit.
Insulindian Citizens Militia. The official
sounds an awful lot like.
It does. The RCM, it's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. No. And...
With its horns in the sky, the symbol of the commune.
No, that's the...
A DeLorean-era symbol of insulin.
After 44 years, one of these barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw.
Туда вниз нельзя спуститься, нет? Ну ладно, давайте здесь зайдем. И может туда, если получится пройти. Не получится, похоже. Так, монтировочка или эта штука. Вальсунг. Что тут как вообще?
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift. The lieutenant puts...
It's cold now. But someone has been maintaining downstairs, somewhere, liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes the kind that's favored, but...
If anyone's a hollow ring, the canister is empty.
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher. Someone with basic electrical skills has...
The wind outside picks up some...
Координация, ну... Дальномер. Это что, винтовка, что ли? Орудие.
Books and magazines, most are soft covers. serialized popular depictions of man versus nature among what is mostly commercial fiction.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Концептуализация. Сейчас попробуем. Были у нас вещи на концептуализацию. Это точно. Твоя эмпатия. Или все, что могло быть уже надето? Что я не понял. А, ну, практически, да. Это белое или красное? Белое.
Not that you can tell. This is a digest of someone who... Maybe it's a little old-fashioned. The print in some of these... There's a greasy old spring...
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh.
A flash of pain.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. Yes, anytime.
You don't have...
Так, ну что я думаю? Концептуализацию тут можно вкладывать и вкладывать, можно сказать. Что?
Soft covers, serialized, fantastic, still nothing.
Понятно. Еще один уровень. Зачем, правда, непонятно.
Serialized, fantastic, still nothing.
Да ладно, блядь, ну... Опять 80%, типа, блядь, шанс опять нихуя не получить.
Serialized, fantastic. Oh yes, under the bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory. That is, life
Это лютый коммунистический бред.
I agree.
Wasn't there some in the communist students' room?
Well, yes.
The little books seem inconsequential. Next.
Again, I am not a philosopher, but who...
Ну, концептуализация, в принципе, поможет. Просто обидно, что мы довольно много навыков потратили на нее, но... Надеюсь, пригодится. А там не спуститься, да, никак? Или чё? Просто... Чё ж они ружбайку-то не осмотрели, я что вообще не понял. По факту мимо прошли.
You see a small metal door nested inside a lot.
Another part of the island, probably. Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open.
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hang.
I think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around. Getting the blast door open.
Okay.
The heavy metal door.
Пытка не пытка. Пройти, наверное, можно.
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium.
The console of an anti-computation device. Possibly. Urgence, ouvert.
This device was used to control the electronics in the room. It could open doors.
We need to restore power before using this, officer. We should look around outside. There are barrels all over.
The boat engine.
But officer, then we would have to switch.
The console stands by, mutely. Nothing happens. The dial slides on.
Insular. This isn't...
It's an air-gapped system. strange feeling looking at them with a bottle in your hand. Always. Perhaps there's someone where it's in front of the video, smelling of yes, cold and still. Yes, no, we're not starting with that. In the rain mirror of the bay, you see Martinet islets and posts like.
X, ну здесь похоже не пройти. Блин, в итоге столько боевого духа набрал. Как мало хп.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab.
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot.
A single-person mattress, and an empty can of beans on the ground. The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the.
I may have been wrong when I said it wasn't important. I didn't see any signs of smoking inside, though. If people live there.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, quite old and grimy from years. The springs screech as you lean on the mattress. A small piece of Martinet's coastline opens up in the square in front of you. A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery. The red chimney and collapsed back of the four-story temple. The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. You see a small fleck of white on the rooftop.
What? Do you have a...
What are you talking about? Can't be certain. It's certain.
A pair of binoculars? Or a scope of a rifle? You'd be... I think we have it. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
Affirmative.
Why? We don't go everywhere in a 1,000-meter radius.
He looks north, over the fortification.
Where?
He does not...
We should move now.
Вообще шикос. Я чуть не помню, кровать осмотрели или нет. Да. Ну, все, ладно. Я думаю, генератор можно запускать. Тогда... Давай.
This old, the lieutenant assists you. There's a red starter switch. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters.
That should do it.
A dim golden
It's on.
Automatic boot. The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
After you. Don't worry, I have a gun. Then it's extra good that mine is not. I don't know.
A thin wisp of smoke rises from a charred black fire pit.
Так, сейчас сохранимся. Ну, это чисто, если вдруг что-то вылетит опять. Это уже как-то боязно. Чуть-чуть. Это убийца, типа, серьезно? Вот он один, блядь. Все так просто.
wearing tracksuit, then spits it out, unclouded by cataracts. His eyesight is sharp.
The what now? I may have.
The position.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie. My eyesight? Yes, I did. I should have burned that reactionary rock and roll music.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that the fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. It's not nice. It's a piece. It's a triangong.
Southeast Samaran made. Exotic.
A Samaran rifle.
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Signal Commune. You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, white from the ball.
No. Put it down now.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me. It's out of bullets.
He stares on, his wrinkled mouth.
The future.
The present.
The present, to be afraid. Cold.
Да.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle's in a shabby state. Like on the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burned into...
No one said it has to be Belmagrave.
From ballistics, it could easily...
It doesn't matter if it was made in Shanty. The right type, and the right...
He's liking this. The old man keeps following your motion. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession. No reply. You went in too fast. Over-eager.
My name is Joseph Lillian. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the rebel. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned...
51 minus 8 equal...
43 years. No, I was an resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E48, a nameless sound. 43 years, and it's not how a human being should live.
He nods, but he can.
What have you been doing?
Hiding.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, 2 police officers step out of the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. Patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. The officers go.
Always waiting. For her.
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution.
Пять, да.
No. The material, the historic opportunity for our revolution has passed.
So that's why he's the deserter.
What can I do? I was just 16 years old. You could say I misunderstood the historic a second for reaction to take hold. Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men. It's the same thing.
And this was when?
May the 13th, 08. 44 years. The combined might of international capital. All at once, huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers. I ran. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland.
Я говорю по цепи, да.
By the
airships, multi-roted airships.
Aerostatics. The landing had started. They'd all drowned in the lower levels or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun at the mask of humanity fall from capital. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats you that the bourgeois are not human.
Вот теперь точно. Ну, или помолчать.
I had to fight it. I had to It's not an island. What? It's the congenitally deformed King Philip II. built it to restrict that. Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? You're RCM. Answer me. Who calls an operation against 50 million people Deathblow? Iblis. The Black Eye.
Shaitan Ahura, the Darkened One.
How does anyone survive? Supplies, vegetables.
How is your health?
I've been throwing up.
He does seem frail. Good for this age.
The RCM can
I need to die. You don't.
You also have Druamine.
I have been running out of that stuff. There's nothing to look over. I haven't. I have holes in my brain. I don't even know what. Inferno?
I would imagine it gets
traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this. It's disgusting.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
It was hard in the tens.
They were post.
We communards still hoped. And they needed to snuff that hope out. And others too. So at night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then.
In the city, you move on.
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron. I know.
So you've been
sleeping.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map.
The propaganda bunker.
Propaganda.
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment too. A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. I don't want to. They're old.
He does not want to see life moving on.
I do. They're good. Plenty of tar. I like...
The old man looks across the wall.
You're with the RCM. The coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in... You're the RCM. You represent the moralists. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire.
No, I am not a soldier. I'm trained in historical materialism, then assigned.
The old man does not answer.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian...
Scientific communism.
Awakened from shutdown by the promise, he nods slowly. Then another tremor.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce. Real music. Real Proletkult. The job of a shitlick. It is the anthem of the... In Grad, they sang Brave... How did it go? Something about shooting.
He waves erratically with his... It was dear to him. He resents...
What have I used it for?
Killing people.
It's a gun. That's what they're... I've used it.
Interesting.
There is no after.
So he's continued killing after. This is it. You can feel it. This is what you live. The great Seret, the solution. Going straight. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first.
What did I just say?
What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now.
I don't want to tell you. The who?
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again. This is dramatic flair on his part. Right.
Oh, yes.
Did you kill?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol.
A drop of blood in the... Exhaust him with the scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence.
You had direct visibility. They are ombre. You've been here a long time, Mr. Drost.
I'm ready to die.
He's practically admitting to it. Just one thing. The rifle does not have a scope.
Forget about your stupid fuck.
He lost it. He just doesn't know where it is. Forget it.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have work.
Not a lot of guns around.
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give...
Damn, he saw you. He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
You didn't handle anything. I watched it happen. None of those people mean anything.
So you watched the fight. Did you like what you saw?
You don't know anything.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it? Good. This feels good, doesn't it?
Murder. Stupid twat.
The lieutenant, not this, he seems to say. Anything but this.
Intuition is an aberrant psychologism. Your brain is rot.
He does not answer, but still, somehow you knew it. Perhaps you suspected it before you took. The vision was you remembering that. Was it supposed to? The inland sea is dark, vast.
Standing there, slacked.
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. There were Maybells in the grot. Nowhere else. Nowhere in all of...
Damn Maybells.
He seems tender suddenly.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. They blossom on the islets before we fertilize.
South, the Bay of Martinez.
The coast, too, before they glacier with the victim.
There is a small tremble.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer, armored and armed. He wasn't human, beating us to the ground, moaning with joy. You hounds get south. Got your attention. Now you stop eating druggies and prostitutes in your bait. Oh, the inhumanity. One...
The lieutenant raises it. Hush. He does not need to be pushed in. While the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel
there. A hot flash of rage almost...
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning, they... And so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you...
Yes.
And you were looking at them? The victim and the young woman having sex?
The old man.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive.
I don't understand. Do you, detective?
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the scope?
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
And if you don't like it?
Yes.
He will not stop now. You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
I ain't going.
Сейчас скачнемся. Что там надо? Самообладание. Сейчас посмотрим. Самообладание это минус. Координация, трепет. Самообладание. Не, больше нет самообладания. Давайте попробуем. Так.
Minions of capital.
Фак. Попробуем.
For a 60-year-old, he's prone to erratic hand gestures.
Them fucking jealousy is a reactionary.
For him to stop reacting.
And I wanted to see his head explode. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now
this man has seen past her. like you did.
Since she came to Martinez, I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the...
Past the fell building on...
hiding something in the water.
And beautiful.
That...
How could you see what she looked?
The sun came up. Her hair was like cobwebs. Her passport... and
In the free state of Semonine.
after she...
Did you keep what was in...
No. Why would I do that?
A little inconsistency. He was surprised to hear her name Clausia before.
Why would I...
A strange confusion comes over.
You didn't say Clausia. It was something. I don't remember. I did. I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run.
You could tell she was...
She had different color hair on the
He set it, the bruises. You can't make that out in a scope.
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a... I have my ways. Not in this lifetime, Dwat.
On her, this one's gone. You're a bad detective. Lazy and bad. Rightly so. Fix this now.
There's...
The coals of his eyes glisten.
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it ha... Yes. Over the years. No. I don't really know. I was there the day after I... Yes. I don't know why I do the... Maybe... I told you. If you came 10 years ago...
In the silence. One more down.
Her.
The lieutenant nods. That's it.
Where is she? That Clausier. I haven't seen her there for days. Gone. I knew it. She'd look. At night.
Midtown, across the Bay of Revachol. On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamine. Smaller, distant, hidden. There, on a dilapidated jetty, in a nameless village, 2 police officers and 1 special... He's there, doing... Special Consultant Heidelstein is up as the men go. Patrol Officer Minnow. Good luck, Harry, she thinks.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
Who knows what? Enough. Take him in. Ben...
A tragic comedy.
A strange little engines. The familiar put, put, put.
Specifically, the whole city is a channel. Because of the racists. Everyone pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus. Intense, like animals. Like those boom morons on the ice. The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht.
Понял, да.
The worst is that old cock parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not in every morning he's there. While that's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal... We did good when we pushed him under that horse car. If I...
The disco whores are too much. Hatred. There was something about a statue and nihilistic advertising agency people.
Horse. Syphilis is a disease. Philip III, the bacteria entered his brain and made him squander.
That is technically possible.
And he still went on to govern Revachol. What a keen remark. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's still there. Do you know why? That's right. Some advertise art is a bourgeois establishment.
Wait, the bullet hole in Philippe's heart. The statue had been shot. It had to be. He's already proven capable of...
I did. And needless.
Yes, shameful. So many others to punish over the years.
The fat union man let them put it there. Another hideous disappointment. That deformed toe.
Edgar.
He talks a big game about uprising, first against the wall.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own back.
Of course. Maybe the Clears asked him to.
I haven't approached anyone.
How did he know you?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. Stepped right off the boat and walked down. I was right about one of those things. Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects. Never
Прикольно.
a social democrat who quotes Marzoff. Oh, 20 years ago. Neither of them.
That's around the time the Clares came to power.
Let me be here. The ZOC is an unlawful... You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat.
Again?
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. We parted ways.
Блин.
Every fucking morning, the 34 royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack, across the wall. What is there to be agitated about? The unholy ghoul. I love it.
The connection comes to you
Yes.
like a splash.
Ну, блин, вот каждая проверка, как особенно красная. Эх. Как казино.
He acknowledges it. Here we go.
That bourgeois cow. Tiffin Holly was her name. And money. She liked that too. That Holly was a real She was. And she was real soft on the... Called in, they say. On the eve of...
No.
Did she? They say her daughter.
No, I guess it was not. She couldn't make the...
Here it is. The truth.
Because she was dead. Because the cow caught a bullet in her right lung. Fell into the canal. She was going home. Waddling. Dressed in... Heading home to Grand Coron or Betancourt. Someplace like that. Where they build those new... Someone did. Or maybe the cow... Nothing changed. Not in the material base.
Edgar didn't keep his part of the deal. If you were to testify to this, give the RCM something on Edgar, we would strike everything you've done and process you as a POW.
A degenerate worker state. Go shit. No, thank you. I'm Revacholian. I saw it happen, and I liked it. That's all. Everyone is a blobber in this world. Everyone betrays everyone. They're
The same old... There is plenty here to work with once he's in custody. And the...
glad. It's all gone.
Еще самообладание качнуть. Я уж не знаю.
Man stares despondently at the logs. It's like...
Блин, или пойти. Мы, наверное, не можем так сделать.
The old man stares despondent. Aside from the rare, erratic hand gesture, smacking his lips and despondently staring into the... His lip curls.
Glad? What? But you said I would be taken to the...
The sum of all... The wind picks up.
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided... Do you?
But... No, I don't want to.
He's sweating. Pupils are dilated.
Your confirmation is not required, sir.
Блин.
Not really. We could escort him to...
But then, who watches him while you're coming back here?
You come back for me?
What is this farce?
Lillian. You could ask her, maybe.
This is no harmless old man.
This fucking world.
No, listen. Listen now.
Okay, how about I take him to the precinct and you wait on the island?
This world.
The wind is... Your skin is crawling suddenly.
И что, я не провел проверку, что ли? Должен был нажать. Это что еще за поебота? Прости господи.
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds. Limb to then just stand there, moving. It's still there. And
What are you talking about? There's nothing.
the stick insect is over 3 meters tall. You feel your legs shaking under you, and your gun hand move to your home.
Tell me what you see, damn it.
I can see.
4 simple words, thank God. But that mean it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence.
Be very, very careful.
The creature stands on long stilt-like, reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms,
It is.
you glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant,
We need a photo.
from the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade.
I won't be one of those fools, would it?
You see the phasmid turn to him.
Understood.
The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you. Nothing changes in the cyclical brain motion. Its insect mind is impenetrable to your reasoning. Slowly, with your breath held, like laughter, the tracheal system on the creature's abdomen hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs.
Maybe it is real.
The insect's head is crowned with reed-like scales. The shape breathing you in, you're sour, greasy, semiochemical. The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Suddenly, there is silence. The invertebrate comes back to life, stridulating. No reply. A total ancient silence comes from. You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creek.
Careful. It may be.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticating. Nothing. Its simple eyes give off no. The twitches of its limbs.
Опять.
Unknowable. Perhaps without. It's spread too thin among its limbs, performing suddenly another flash of pain, worse than the one before. The taste. As you back off, the phasmid also takes a step back into the reeds. The arthropod follows you.
Собака. Где там? Блин, тут я уже не могу пролететь. С внутренней империей. Просто странно, что это вообще неординарный поворот событий, как минимум. Так, внутренняя империя.
Hissing and clicking, the arthropod extends nothing.
Да вы, блять, 3%! Вы чё угораете, блять? Охуеть просто, 3%, блять.
It is impossible to see inside.
Пиздец.
Okay.
There is no change in the.
In 3.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The sweat on your arms feels.
I got it.
Immortalized. The antennae hang from a great height. With your. The sensation is electric. It is surprisingly delicate.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
You were right. It glistens with some kind of. It tastes like sugar. Odorless. Mostly comprised. The limb before you is incredibly. Warning! A sudden shiver passes the limb. Some sort of countdown process is happening. Another shudder passes through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record.
I exist. No, you're awake. I am real. Light is forming me. Tell me what it's like for you. Then I will tell you what it's like for me. Fire? Where? I am oblivious to the city. It is now. I will tell you what it's like for me. Shapes of plants and animals. I stunning turn. I am at the end of a narrow funnel. Weightless. So it only feels like something to be. In truth, perhaps I'm not. Are you sure? Sometimes, when molting, I will grow a lost limb, the leg trying to move around independently. Yes. Thankfully someone did it. The next, so am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
Хороший вопрос. Ну, вообще первое, по идее.
I can also detect pheromones. The ones on you tell me that you are not with me, and that I will benefit from your good. Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily. I think we should eat it. If it's a leaf, we can...
Wait, so...
Yes, they don't mind. Yes, I once cloned myself and ate the little ones. I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmalia, endemic to the Insulandian Isoma. No one unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors. I have stayed hidden through four forms of government and two scientific revolutions. No, you are. The moral of our encounter is the Pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radialist,
Где, что такое серость?
the nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars we suspected would be something like the oxygen holocaust. That
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that...
everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if you misplace us all one day, or just forget?
Наверное, пятое.
So it is already happening. Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open them to see that.
It doesn't look like that, no. You're just staring at it. Okay. Is it
В
somehow
некотором выводе.
I think you should back away from the unstudied species now.
No, there is one more.
Наверное, второе.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman turned. You cannot lie to me. Behind you, it smells of fires. So awfully far you were prepared. She was hell on earth. It doesn't take 3 meters deep.
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movement.
Ну и встреча.
Carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
Максимально упорото.
Like that. And something under it.
It's gone. Apparently, yes. Like a water strider. Only looks like a nest of some sort. We should...
What? In some kind of...
Our suspect is not looking so good.
Паспорт? Чего?
This passport is...
Classia's hidden documents.
It's Clausia, with short black hair and...
Maybe our man, Mr. Dross, took it from Classia's, or whatever her name was. Hiding place, or... Like a magpie? What a coincidence.
By now, the lieutenant has accepted your...
She said it would be for...
Catalina Alazia was supposed to be her real... I told you she kept lying to you. She's probably lying to someone else right now. In another city.
Yes, somehow she managed to lie to us. One, I don't know. But it's not Katarzyna Alasia. Perhaps it's better that we didn't arrest her.
The winds are silent. The streets are empty of...
Интересно, деду это поможет как-то или нет?
Something is very wrong with him.
Mr. Dross?
The man does not respond. like an addict of some terrible substance. The plastic cape feels coarse.
He's going into some kind of cycle.
The trembling mouth.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to old age and shock. Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the...
There's much more. Remember what it said when it spoke?
That could be part of the shock, but you're right.
No response.
Then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks? Mr. Dross, have you... The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 50. He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him. Like he didn't want... I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this.
No one would believe you without it. He stares into the reeds. No reaction. This is an old man.
Did you take this passport and other papers?
There.
He hears us.
No reply.
Try something else? We got him back for a moment.
The plastic cape. The blacks of his eyes are received.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get...
Ну да, вот так вот и бывает.
The old man stares.
Лучше бы там, конечно, реалы были. Наверное. Чем этот непонятный паспорт. Ну ладно. Что есть, то есть. Ну, то есть с высоким уровнем техники, в принципе, можно было бы сюда добраться раньше, я так понимаю. И как-то предотвратить вообще все события, ну, кроме непосредственных, я так понимаю. Вероятнее всего.
The skiff is swayed.
Let's. We are done here.
Крайне
The
неожиданно.
skiff rocks gently. But for the sound of conversation, two men and a woman step. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Так, и кто там? Может быть...
Look what the tide brought him. You look like a fucking clown, Harry. Not like a funny police officer, but...
This is the man with sunglasses from the whirling...
That's right. And you're some kind of an... bothered by it? Harry, you're a goddamn cop. Actually, are you? Are you?
Vic, calm down.
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
Hello, I'm Trent Hyde.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Kemar, and this is your special task force. Special Consultant Trent Hydelstam, Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you.
Lieutenant Kim Kisuragi, Prison 57. We might need your help with...
As if he recalled that he's in fact...
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't...
Ari, we want to help you.
I don't quite know what I'm doing. My background is in something else entirely. I engage you.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this
shit, kid. What an interesting Monica.
Да, на самом деле пятая, да.
Yes, I'm Trent Hyleston. I never said Mikhail. Mikhail is my son. No, I was just interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead. And what indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed.
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's move on. You.
Maybe you've deserved it.
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
And the people on this...
You're a legend among the drunks, Harry. A
Легендарный алкаш.
legendary local drunk, guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind, and it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person. I didn't lie to you. No one lies to you. You were so fucked up on booze you could...
Lieutenant, my name is not Oscar woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. Okay. Because...
That will never happen, Jude. He's the rudest man on earth.
He's the reason. Yeah, Major Crimes Unit under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit.
I'm technically.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit. Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't do. It's a Major Crimes Unit. We clear the desk of cases so precinct.
The 41st isn't.
Where have we been?
Ходили нахуй, насколько я помню.
Told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect. Or you were crying hysterically. You were drunk. Breaking. None of us wanted to see the abyss. So we fucked off. Duped. Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily.
Yes, I'm still Kinky Solagi.
Still caught up in this crossfire, too.
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Detective God.
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slur. As displayed in a station call, our interactions with him and...
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you?
Ну...
Neurologically, psychologically, and why?
Второе.
He is. He's getting better.
I believe he drank. People do that, especially this.
But Detective Vigmare, yeah, yes, a couple of times. After.
So you don't. The two cases in your ledger, those cases were.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into.
What do you mean?
Well, here is my theory. What if this is an absolutely... Look at the ruins, the neon, listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people hardwired to the free market.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is it? Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here. No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry? Ah, so refreshing. He just admit it doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip.
Чё, красное? Ладно, не успею. Получилось? Серьезно?
Not today, badge.
And your gun?
What is it with all these material objects?
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone. We're not talking about the fucking gun anymore. We're talking about the vaporized cloud. You were never supposed to lose it in the first place. Not lost. A little drink. You let a suspect escape, Harry. Classier is something. Because
We've read the reports. Lieutenant Kitsuhagi's. We know.
oh well, if she was nice. Or the fact that you're Evra Claire's little peony now, compared to the 7 people who were gunned down. The streets are literally
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired.
Here comes the cat.
He did so at considerable risk to his person. Remember, he was shot. We stopped an execution.
Наверное, третья, да. Ну, блядь, нет, серьезно, где они были? Вот вся эта компашка, которая сидела там, какого хрена они не вмешались? Там же могли всех положить.
Don't make this harder.
Ну...
for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you've spent the week with him. On Lieutenant Yofret.
Well, the drinking, the last gun.
The man.
Then there's the boring cop issue. Despite all the obvious, it's odd. Especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as others still, he is also an Mazovian socio-economist who believes in... And then there's the motor carriage in the sea. And the drugs, of course. Some kind of anti-radiation. He can talk human beings into telling him everything. And he doesn't stop. In all... Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke.
Yeah.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case. And he solved it. He apprehended a revolutionary brigade who stayed hidden for 50 years. A colossal stick insect.
He takes out you hear gasp.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest.
Fucking hell is that?
The killer did not seem to be aware of the phasmid's presence, exhibiting a strange, atypical dimension.
So it...
I must say, this is...
Yes, it really does make it.
This is a very... Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary man. The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. This man's mother was Lillian.
So, it...
Thank you, Trant. Thank you.
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
Jealousy. I thought this...
A strange psychosexual fascination. The result... Also, we have ballistics from the gun.
It's a clean...
Oh, it's way more than that.
Ну, четвертое, да.
I've never doubted you can pull yourself together and work.
God damn it. Chin up. Keep focusing on the positives here.
Female?
You had to see it. It had the sub...
Incredible.
Not as far as I could see.
It's interesting time. Forget about the rest.
As in cloning itself? What makes it interesting? Then it is especially vulnerable to disease.
Yes, but also read color.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional.
This would...
Absolutely, this is great. This does not...
Without it.
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open.
And eyes, too.
Understood.
But a case against...
I would prefer not to partake in anything union-related.
How? It seems to be...
He didn't quite solve it. He cross-pollinated information between the company rep.
What? Hand clear the terminal? You bet it was. Sounds to me like you got played by Claire. And it doesn't matter how we know about Al Ghul. What matters is, you're ever at Claire's peony now. Is that why you want us to investigate the assassination of the...
No, it's nothing like that. He was ready
Ну да.
information. But
God.
Silence. Good. The man...
Yes, yes. Fallen through...
The body was transported to pre...
You're not the only cop in the...
Still. Good work with the missing person, detective.
I don't know what the Doom commercial area is. Why?
there was a fridge we needed and a possible witness. It was...
Of course.
Dodged the bullet there. For a moment, it seemed like you were just...
О, все, наверное.
I don't want to, but you discovered the news, so I...
Honestly, any...
Agreed. The public relations...
Okay. We have vehicles in this...
Now you will finally... The man looks wet, jingling his car key.
Who
are you? You're a teacher. Well, obviously you're not a...
Before you were a cop? Go home. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jump, some of your more...
Also, this guy.
In your 20s or late 20s, you really let yourself... Yes, you told Jim in court.
Ну, понятно.
Kudo is just east of Jerem.
High school. Harry.
His smirk suggests barely contained laughter.
The regular. You found some chick. She...
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road.
I knew it.
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Dora something.
Not Dora Dubois.
Something like that.
Vasa is where beautiful...
No one is married anymore. This is Reva... God, I don't know.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it?
Yeah. Or 7. Incredibly bangable. She was extremely fuckable. Gorgeous.
Snow, well, heartbreak?
I've only seen a picture, but it's up.
Look, the sun is...
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. No. You're too unstable to work for my boss.
He would immediately... I told you it's not that bad.
Us? With the bloody murders.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind.
Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to Mac the Torso Torsen and Chester McLean.
They are damn iconic though.
Yeah, not like us. To clean. God. The four we married, eh?
There's also a lot of outside help involved.
Ptolemy Price? He's the son.
He's one of the most highly...
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a lake, they speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets.
So he remembers that.
Shooting up churches never is.
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information.
Your clearance will not go up while you're within.
Okay, it's...
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in River Shoal.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is...
Thank you again, Lieutenant. Who is Lena? Well...
She and her husband were conducted. They should know as soon as possible. Well, first I will go back to my station and write... Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. I don't know what yet, but it's going to...
Distant traffic. A scrap of newspaper.
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the... Work with... Price?
Would fit in. And Craig.
Flattered. Your Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be...
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first.
And we also have a huge case.
I do like the sound of that.
Good.
Fuck it, let's go.
Under the afternoon sky, the great you close your eyes and hear the dogs. Torsen? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No, really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's quite unstable. You say that like it's a bad...
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back?
Чё, все? Что ли? Совсем все? Блин, дверь не открылась. Ну, что я могу сказать? Титры пропустим, если получится. Нет, похоже, не получится. Тогда подождем. Ну, в принципе... Здесь вся игра на сюжете держится. Ну, то есть все остальное не принципиально. Сюжет, ну, я считаю, хороший. Учитывая даже, ну, 4 с плюсом. Ну, то есть где-то 8 из 10. При том, что мы еще даже часть каких-то проверок оставили на потом. То есть мы их не использовали по полной. То есть ее можно перепроходить. Единственный минус, как бы, есть, конечно, игры, где можно сказать, что автор откровенно графоманит. Здесь графомании нет как таковой, но текста очень много. То есть, если, ну, ты привык читать, то ладно. Если нет, то это полный пипец. Можно откиснуть. Вот. Ну так, в принципе, очень неплохо. Я не пожалел. Хорошо. Ну и не сказать, что прям там великолепно, конечно. Не 10 из 10. Вот, ни в коем разе. Ну нормально. Ну все, всем спасибо, тогда всего доброго, всем удачи. До следующего раза, до следующего видео.